If I am to be brilliant and tap into creative energy, then what I understand, as I taught you a moment ago, it's not about deja vu. It's about the person sitting next to you, look him in the eye. Come on, look him in the eye, look him in the eye. Tell him you look marvelous, simply marvelous. What's the point? Hire for attitude, train for success. Training does not fix what you don't catch. There are a number of companies out there hiring warm bodies. There's a lot of people out in the marketplace right now. And there are a lot of people in the marketplace who are professional interviewers because they need a job. It's not about coming to work a job. It is about fulfilling a role. And when you make just that slight little change to see how I can fulfill a role, that man or woman will step up every single time, because like you have your select guest program, it's about how do we select brilliant diamonds in the rough and invite them over time to become all they possibly can be. Sometimes the very thing you might be running from is the thing you need to run to for who you will become in the process. So when I talk about how to be brilliant in times of change, it's understanding that change is your friend, not your foe. Change is a brilliant opportunity to grow. How many of you are iPhone users? iPhone users, okay. Their boujade is they took a cell phone that everybody saw and they put apps into the phone. So whenever another iPhone user connects with another iPhone user, the question is, what apps do you have in your phone? Boujade. Taking it upon ourselves to ask the question, can I help you, sir? Can I help you, ma'am? Continues to build on the guest satisfaction scores that we want to increase, but it's also challenging us to think about every single day that we have to be on top of what we're doing. My mentor, Mark Sharona, told me about 11 years ago, the quality of your questions will determine the quality of your answers. The quality of your questions will determine the quality of your thinking. The moment you ask the question, you immerse yourself on a quest to discover an answer that was waiting to emerge, but the answer will never emerge until the question was teed up. Or let me put it to you in a Simonism. You want broadband results, but you use dial-up methods. And you want all these things to happen, but you're not investing in the people who are closest to your customer. And one of the interesting things when I talk about brilliance is insight, it is potential. When you study the word brilliance out, brilliance first appeared in the 17th century, comes from a French word called briller, which means to shine. So when I talk about igniting leadership brilliance, what I'm really saying is it has nothing to do with IQ. It has everything to do with what am I going to do to step up and to take it to another level. Not because I have to, but because I want to. Everybody say hello, Jim.
What I've learned is really to be positive. Everyone else around you and the whole organization rises.
Awesome. 1, 2, 3. Married men in the room. Married men, raise your hands. All right. Married guys. When our wives tell us to go to the store picking up XYZ, we'll go to the store picking up XYZ, bringing it home, and she will ultimately say, you heard me, but you were not listening, because there's a difference between listening and hearing. How many are going to experience or have experienced Cirque du Soleil? How many realize Cirque du Soleil is not the Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey circus that you grew up with, right? If you have not experienced Cirque du Soleil, take your team to see Cirque du Soleil. Cirque du Soleil is not in the business of entertainment. They're in the business of imagination and innovation. What's their boujade? They took the circus, the $19 per person circus, and they flipped it. They implemented Vujade, seeing something for the first time, understanding it differently. What's the whole point, and how does that benefit you and what you're doing right now in this industry, in your market? So what will they experience when they come into a great environment like yours? They'll experience phenomenal change. Because change or be changed by change. Let me share with you just some of the things that are happening that all of you are familiar with, and why I'm so excited about the path that you're on and the points that you're going to continue to post and put up during this time. One of the groups that I have an opportunity to work with is a Vistage Group, which is one of the world's largest CEO organizations. And they just released an interesting white paper that talks about the 12 trends that will define the new normal. Let me share with you 3 of those trends that I think would be most appropriate and to tie it in with everything that's been shared thus far. One of the trends is this whole concept called conscious consumerism, where customers will want to align themselves with brands that have meaning, and brands that will share what they are doing, not just in making money, but in making a difference. So when I heard earlier about the whole relationship, when you talked about being a local market leader and partnering with the American Heart Association and getting involved with Haiti and Katrina and all those different things, conscious consumerism says when customers know about that, they want to align themselves and partner with that brand, because it is that brand that has discovered how to be the difference in the world and make the world a better place. So you're absolutely positively on the right path. And anytime there are opportunities for you to leverage that in the marketplace, go for it. It's huge. When I am using my potential, my insight, my genius in an environment where I am celebrated rather than tolerated, that environment invites you to be a vitamin, not just an aspirin. And when I understand how to take my potential, my insight, my genius, my ability, and be a vitamin, not just an aspirin, then every single day that I go to work, I realize that I am not there to make an impression, but I am there to leave an imprint. Where they take department heads and they walk them through different simulated opportunities that might happen in the hotel. So there are at least 5 teams of 2 people each that Jurgen has created, and they specifically could go through what would we do if there's a bomb? What would we do if we've got to present to the owners? What would we do if the hotel is sold out and we need all hands on deck? And they walk them through these different simulated exercises that's inviting them to learn. So literally you take a person who's normally in food and beverage and they become the director of sales. You take a person who's in security or engineering and you flip them and you invite them to develop and to learn. Because what happens is they create this mindset to wow. Southwest Airlines is not in the airline business. I know when analysts analyze the Southwest Airlines stock, they put them in a sector. They're not in the airline business. They're in the freedom business. That's why all of their ads say you are now free to move about the world. Isn't it interesting when all of the other airlines are charging for baggage and raising their fees, Southwest has skated the other way and they offer free because they're in the freedom business. Ritz-Carlton is not in the hotel business. Ritz-Carlton is in the business of we are ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen. The box, the hotel, is what they carry out in order to create that experience. Then when I understand, as I taught you a moment ago, it's not about deja vu, it's about. So when I talk about Vujade is understanding that I am the change that makes change possible. When you understand the real business that you're in, it impacts your confidence, your belief, your behavior, who you hire, Because you hire for attitude and train for success. Training does not fix what you don't catch. So when I understand that, you're not looking just for a warm body to come and be a part of what you're doing. You're saying, wait a minute, how is this person, how is he or she going to give us a point of differentiation?